Hi, everybody, it's Mr. Ferrier. We're just getting ready to read another Bible story this week. Hope you guys enjoy it. Beanie did a fantastic job last week. I love hearing about great women in the Bible and some of these great stories. And so I don't know when we'll be able to meet together in person again, but it should be soon. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy what we're doing here, and I hope you guys enjoy the stories. Today is one of my favorite Bible stories of all time. So I just hope that you just sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself. Jonah and the whale. Pretty spooky, scary whale there, isn't it? You guys have all heard this story before, right? In a faraway city called Nineveh, the king and his people were doing bad things. God was not happy. God told a man named Jonah to travel to Nineveh. Give the people there a message, God said. Tell them they must learn to be good, or I will destroy their city. Who do you think that boy is right there? Who do you think God is giving this message to? Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh. He thought the people there should be punished if they were bad. Jonah thought that the people of Nineveh should be punished if they were bad. Jonah thought that the people of Nineveh should be punished if they were doing bad things. He forgot about them and fell into a deep, deep sleep. As the ship sailed across the ocean, God whipped up a mighty storm. Fierce gusts of wind rocked the ship. Huge waves crashed onto the deck. The sailors were terrified. It was the worst storm they'd ever seen. As for Jonah, he kept on sleeping. I'm getting I'm getting cold and wet just looking at this. The sailors rushed to Jonah and shook him awake. How can you sleep through this awful storm? What if the ship sinks? They said. Jonah knew that he had disobeyed, and the storm was his punishment. He had to save the ship and everyone on board. The storm will stop if you throw me overboard, Jonah told the sailors. The storm grew even worse. The wind and the waves nearly blew the ship right over. The sailors didn't want to throw Jonah overboard, but he told them that it was the only way to stop the storm. Immediately, the storm died down and the water became calm. The ship sailed on. Poor Jonah started to sink to the bottom of the ocean, but he didn't know how to swim. Oh, oh. Jonah's in a bad spot now, isn't he? He's off of the boat. He has nowhere to go. He's trying to hold his breath. This is pretty scary stuff. Jonah says to himself, "This is my punishment from God," he thought. Just then, an enormous whale came along, and Jonah was sucked into its huge open mouth. Jonah ended up inside the whale. I have not drowned, he said in surprise. He knelt down and prayed. Thank you for saving me, God. Please forgive me for disobeying you. For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah was trapped inside the whale. He began to think that he would live there for the rest of his life. Jonah promised God that if he was given another chance, he would do the right thing and go to Nineveh. Then, all of a sudden, the great whale swam to the shore and spit out Jonah and spat Jonah out. Whew. Ooh. Well, that looks unpleasant, but it's probably better than being inside of it, right? Jonah knelt on the beach and breathed in the fresh air. How glad he was to be alive. I'll give you another chance, Jonah, said God. Please tell the people of Nineveh that they must be good or I will destroy their city. And you can see it in Jonah's face. He's got peace like a river. Jonah, he's got love like an ocean, love like a fountain. This time, Jonah obeyed God and took the long journey to Nineveh. Look at all those people waiting for him. Jonah told the king and all the people that they must learn to be good or God would destroy Nineveh. Were they listening? Jonah wasn't sure. Hooray! The people of Nineveh did listen to God. They asked for forgiveness from God and promised to lead better lives. They began to share, care for each other, and help one another. Even the king shared his riches and worked hard to make the people of Nineveh happy. God was delighted and forgave them all. Why did you forgive the people of Nineveh instead of punishing them? Jonah asked God. They've learned to be good now, answered God. They needed another chance, just like you did. Now, Jonah understood the meaning of forgiveness. There you have it, guys. That was a lot of fun. I love that story. Just remember, if God asks you to do something, just do it. Stay safe, guys.